shows air on. Today is with Ryan Weisbrot, otherwise known on Twitter as Super Punchy, the creator, writer of the stop animation Netflix show Buddy Thunderstruck. Now, Buddy Thunderstruck was a kid's show. It was only available on Netflix for one season. Why it never made it to season 2, who knows? It's one of those crazy algorithm things that Netflix chooses to do. And, it never made it. It was a great show, for kids, for parents to watch with their children. What we're going to do is air a brief clip, and we'll go into the interview with Ryan Weisbrot, and we'll take it from there. Let's see. Pull that down. And let me share it. Is it going to allow me to share it? I go present. I go Chrome. And let's see. I had it up there. And where in the world did you go? Okay. It just failed to share. And this is live streaming, people. So I'm looking. Okay, so what I'll do is I had it up there. So what we'll do is we'll go with the interview first, and then we'll go with the quick clip. The tone of tonight is Netflix, since we just talked about reasons why. But there's a lighter side of things. Stop motion animation, Buddy Thunderstruck, is also available on Netflix. On Netflix. Okay? I mean, so...
Hey, did your team get approval from legal?
Sure. I'd love a bagel.
When teams work in silos, things get lost. Asana connects work in one place. Visit asana.com to try for free.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, you wouldn't get the chance to see it because your kids are grown. But, yep, I would say the episodes are very short.
Okay.
And you might get hooked.
Okay. How long are the episodes?
I think about 10 minutes.
Oh.
Between 10,
these are shorts.
10 to like 20 minutes.
Okay.
And there's no one better to tell us about Buddy Thunderstruck than Ryan Weisbrot, who is the creator of Buddy Thunderstruck.
Awesome.
And we also have him on the line. Ryan, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time out to spend a few minutes with us.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Late Night Parents.
Thanks for having me.
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, so Ryan, since now you've had that warm welcome and you feel right at home, we might as well get to it. So tell us about Buddy Thunderstruck.
Well,
before you even tell us about that, tell us about your backstory, Ryan.
Sure. Well, I grew up in a small town in Illinois, which this shows that served as the inspiration for the show. The fictional town is Grease Pit, but grew up in a small town where my dad and a bunch of guys rebuilt old cars and restored them and hot rodded them, and that was just a part of that town and big part of my life growing up. And then I went to art school down in Florida to the Ringling College of Art and Design, and got an illustration degree down there. And then I lived on the East Coast for a little while in Connecticut. Worked for a small company that was doing educational CD-ROMs. I don't know if you guys remember those.
Yes, we do.
I do.
But we did a bunch of jumpstart learning CD-ROMs and a lot of the knowledge adventure stuff and Fisher Price and things, titles for Mattel. And then when that business went bust, they closed down our little studio there. And then I went to work for American Greetings about 13 years ago. I've still been there, or I'm still there since then. And it's part of the, we're called American Greetings Entertainment, and we have nothing to do with greeting cards, but
Okay.
it's based in Ohio, but they created about 30 some years ago the Care Bears, Strawberry Shortcake, Holly Hobby, Mad Balls, a lot of, those are the big ones, but they create a lot of great properties back in the day, and our group creates new content and reinvents the existing content, and that's where I've been for the last 13 years or so, and I oversee development and production for them now, and I had created Buddy Thunderstruck while there. Our creative team, every once in a while, we'll have these sort of internal pitch sessions where we pitch ideas to the group and see if that's something we want to pursue as a company. And it happened to be one we all liked, Buddy Thunderstruck. And I've been in LA the past 3 years heading up development, and just so happened to coincide with when we went into production, which was great because I was out here and I got to be really hands-on for the show. But that's the abridged backstory. Hopefully that was abridged enough.
Yes, yes. And before I ask the next question, I want to also introduce Ali Holt is also on the line, I believe, from Domain Integrated. Ali, how you doing?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you. How are you guys?
Perfect. So we're going to just jump into the inspiration for Ryan for creating the show.
Cool. Yeah. Well, my son was about to be born, and it was our first kid. And I started thinking, man, I would love to do a show that I could have him watch with me.
Right.
And I just thought it wanted to be pure, and I wanted something to be, I wanted to be fun and just really be something that kind of came from the heart, came from me. And I just thought, what if I could just will something into existence? What if I could make anything? What would it be? And I thought, it's got to be about cars. It's got to be stop motion. And it all just started rolling from there. And I thought of this guy, Buddy Thunderstruck, that's a dog that races semi-trucks. And it's sort of Dukes of Hazzard meets Smokey and the Bandit meets the Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's got to have an 80s hair metal soundtrack and a bunch of driving fast and acting crazy and just funny. And I really have always loved stop motion and thought I've never really seen anything with stop motion vehicle driving fast, where there's this sort of General Lee or Knight, Kit type car. That's the star of it, the co-star, I guess. And I thought, that would be fun. And so I just sort of came from there, and it sort of just sort of flowed. It's probably more easily than some other concepts I'd created in the past. I think it was just pure, and it timed out. My son's 6 now, and we watched it together. He was a voice on the show, and he loved it. And what was great about it being stop motion as well is because everything exists in the physical world. So we got to visit the set, and you see the models and the miniatures and the trucks and the puppets and everything exists in real life.
Right.
It's not just on a computer. And so, it was everything I hoped for and more, because the studio, which we could probably get to here in a little bit, they did a phenomenal job, and I couldn't be happier.
Experience matters. For over 145 years, more families trust ADT for timeless protection.
So, as I understand, Buddy is a race truck driver.
Yeah. Yep.
So, was there any relation to Buddy being a race truck driver to anyone in your real life?
Not, I probably in a good way. I don't know anybody who actually is like Buddy because he's always inspired by Burt Reynolds. No specific role, just Burt Reynolds in everything.
Okay.
A super cocky, confident, smart aleck guy that's just extremely sure of himself. And he's like a local celebrity. So because he drives this race truck in this tiny town, everybody knows who he is, and he walks around, with everybody adoring him. And so a lot of the episodes just have to do with him sort of, having fun in that world and being the center of attention, or falling out of favor with people and having to, get back on top and that kind of thing. But no, he wasn't inspired by any person, but it was just more the spirit of that world of car guys and, this sort of small community that helped each other build cars and liked cars and liked every movie and TV show related to cars.
Got it.
So it's just all that rolled into one.
Got it.
So Ryan, I have one of my buddies, Todd Vandenberg. He's texting me right now, letting me know that he is now a fan of Buddy Thunderstruck.
That's great.
And also a fan of you because he has it on in his home in beautiful Miami, Florida, where he's listening to the show right now. He's playing it through his Netflix account.
That's great.
Hey, wanted to mention a very important thing because, now without delving into politics, it is definitely a political time. So tell us about why you decided, or why did your company decide to keep the production in the USA? Well,
it was strictly from a creative perspective. We do international co-productions, and our brands are global brands, and so we think globally, and we try to, because of the digital age, things can be everywhere. Here we're talking, and I'm in California, and you're on the East Coast, and someone's watching in Miami. The world's a lot smaller.
It's great. It is.
It's a lot smaller than it used to be. And for us to succeed, we want to be global with our properties. And, so we have co-productions with different countries and different broadcasters in different countries in a trade. And but this property in particular just happened to, we thought it was best to do it with the studio, Stupid Buddy Studios, which is located in Burbank, because I just felt I met with a lot of great stop motion studios, locally and worldwide. And these guys, I just felt a real connection to the crew and to the material. And everything about the show itself and the comedy and the timing and what they did specifically from a creative perspective just felt like it really matched the show. And we thought, if we can do the best show, we got to find a way to do it here. And so American Greetings and Netflix and Stupid Buddy, between the three entities, we found a way to make a deal that could work for everybody and do the show here. And it was great because I also was able to be really hands-on and, was involved with all aspects of the show, and they're right down the street. So that was great. And I've never experienced that in any other production. So it was a real treat. But go ahead.
So Ryan, any plans for season 2, or is it still too soon?
I think, I planned for it, but no one's told me that I can do it yet.
Okay. Good answer.
Right. No, I think, Netflix, they keep their cards close to the vest, but they, I think it just has to perform well and over a period of time. And then that's when we hear if we get a season 2 or not. But what's great is all the feedback we've seen online and with people doing creating a lot of great fan art and talking about the show. It's been mostly positive. So my hopes are high, and appreciate shows like yours that are featuring it and giving it a chance to for other people to find it who haven't found it, with all the great stuff on Netflix. And so yeah, we're all hoping for it. We all love the show. We're all really proud of it, and we hope it keeps finding an audience.
Perfect. Wonderful.
I'll be looking for it because this sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does. I like the fact that the episodes are quick.
Right.
You know, and it's like, you're like, all right, boom, I can do this.
Okay.
It's not a full 55-minute show where, you know, everything's interconnected, and you can sit here, you can watch, you can binge, you know, 3 or 4 episodes, and you still basically have the rest of the day to yourself. You're not just sitting there as, you know.
Got it. How many episodes in the season?
There's 23. Well, there's 23 11-minute episodes.
Okay.
And you know, the other thing I forgot to mention is, you know, when I grew up watching cartoons with my dad, there were always those ones like, I mean, with my dad, it was Looney Tunes,
Yes.
you know, Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, and where if it could make my dad laugh, I felt like it was cool, you know, and if I could laugh too, that was something special, and that's something we try to do with this show, and really make it where adults and parents can laugh at it, and kids can laugh at it genuinely.
Good.
And it's not grating. In fact, maybe, you know, hopefully as an adult, you go out of your way to watch it just the same as your kid. And so that was the goal, and that's what, when we hear that, that's the best feedback, because it's like, okay, we got it right. It worked. But that's what we're going for, that kind of co-viewing family humor that's layered in there. There's something for everybody.
Perfect. So, Ryan, tell us best ways if we want to catch the show, or we want to follow the YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, what's great is we did something that Netflix never really done before. We put an episode on our YouTube channel. So if folks don't have a Netflix subscription, they're able, or they've not found it on Netflix, or it's hard to find, you can go to the YouTube channel, Buddy Thunderstruck. If you type it in, it'll come right up to the top. And there's an episode called Thunder Fu, where Buddy creates his own kung fu dojo. And also, it's on Netflix. If you have a kid's account or an adult account, it shows up in both. And those are the places to see it.
All right.
I'll be looking for it. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ryan.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. And, hey, Allie, we want to just touch base with you really quick. How are you doing? We want to thank you for making this happen.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. My cousin and my niece actually love the show, Buddy Thunderstruck. They watch it all the time, and they're always like spitting out little funny, I don't know, little quotes from the show. It's so cute. So I think that I like it too when I'm babysitting them. It's funny.
Perfect. So we look forward to working with your company also in the future.
Yes.
So thank you once again for making this happen. And I will be following up offline with your team. So
Thank you.
thanks again. All right.
Thank you, Allie. Thank you again, Ryan.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Here we go, race fans. Buddy Thunderstruck has made it just in the nick of time. 3, 2, now. So I'm barreling down this tunnel at 100 miles an hour. I can see the light just up ahead. I hit the booster. Boom, and bam. I blast on through to the other side. And that is how I was born.
Wonderful, lovely story. Hey, was the baby a boy or a girl?
Boy, I was born a boy.
Corn dog sticks, I knew it. Hey! Hey!
Fuck, Nugget. No parking spot. Hey, anyone seen a winner?
I'm so proud.
Let's race.
I'm gonna wreck you.
I refuse to lose. Excuse me, Sheriff. Oops.
I hate me some Buddy Thunderstruck. Wait, I almost died.
me. I got a sweet ride and I dance like a boss. Kaboom! Buddy! Buddy! Yeah! Buddy! Yeah! Buddy! Have some fun, buddy!
Oh, can I get a picture, buddy?
Hey, anything for a pretty lady. Send me a copy of that, okay? Just crop yourself out first. All right.
And that was the interview with Ryan Weisbrock from the Netflix show Buddy Thunderstruck. Not sure why they never got to the opportunity to have a second season. So I think that's about it. We're going to close out. This is Ted Hicks, Late Night Parents, Ways to Follow the Show, latenightparents.com. And we will speak with you soon. Thanks again.